Welcome to Messages from the Kettle and into our sacred space. These are the monthly readings for the air signs Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We'd like to thank you for supporting this channel by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing, and reaching out to us for your own personal private readings at angelicalspirits13@yahoo.com. Let's get into your monthly tea, air signs. May it be a blessed one. Ciao. Hello and welcome back, my fabulous twins, to Kettle Messages with Spirit and the Gemstar. Thank you for joining us and supporting us in another year of general intuitive readings with Spirit and the Gemstar. At this time, we're going to do these readings for my fabulous twins, focusing on your current energy, what you're currently working with, what you're dealing with, what you should be working on. My fabulous twins, how Spirit can best advise you in your present circumstance and situation. What's going on for Geminis? Currently, what are the fabulous twins working with? What they should be focused on, paying attention to, and how can we best advise them? Let's see what is going on. What is going on, my Geminis? Okay, let's talk about it, fabulous twins. Let's talk about business, career, school. Some of you have been lackadaisy in this area, have been taking it easy or resting on your laurels. This is a time for Geminis to take action when it comes to business and career, because this is where you're losing a lot of opportunities, Geminis. For some of you, because you're lazy. For others of you, because you're confused and you're afraid of the consequences if you take action. For others of you, it's a lack of skill, talent, education. So for some of you, you're going to need to go back to school. Some of you are going to need a degree or get certified in something. You're going to have to brush up on your skills, your talent, your abilities, or you're going to start to have to develop your skills, your talent, your ability, and really invest in yourselves and in your education, because this is why some of you Geminis are losing out on a lot of opportunities, good opportunities to advance, to excel, to expand, to move on, to move forward, to build, to have something of your own, or to be counted, appreciated. So for some of you, what's going on here is that we're stuck in career and finances and business because there's a lack of study, a lack of education. There's a loss of opportunity because of not taking action, because you're either being lazy, not devoting yourselves to your self-development, not devoting yourselves to your businesses, to your work, to your education, to your growth. There's a need for you guys to buckle down, make important choices and decisions, even if you're confused, even if you're afraid of the consequences, even if you are afraid of change, if you are afraid of taking a risk, because doing nothing is going to gain you nothing, and doing the same thing that you have always done is going to get you the same result, and that is something you want to get out of. At this time, you need to take action to propel yourselves forward into new areas in your life. This is a time to dig deep within yourselves. Take time to meditate. Take time to go deep within. Face your shadows. Work with your shadow sides. Face your fears, because there's a need to really develop yourselves. And if you take out the time to invest in yourselves, then there will be many doors and opportunities coming your way. Because the only reason that you're losing opportunities at this time is because of a lack of education, or because you're stuck in fear and you don't want to take a risk because you're afraid of the consequences, or you're afraid that you're not up to the task, or right now you're feeling safe and secure and you don't want to risk what you have now. But in order to gain something better and achieve something at a higher level, you're going to need to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to need to close certain doors and leave certain things behind so that you can propel yourselves forward. So there's a need to focus. There's a need to buckle down as you become stronger than ever when you start working on yourselves, when you start investing in yourselves, when you start facing your fear, because courage is all about having that fear and taking the risk anyway. It's important that, yes, you know that they may be consequences, but you're ready and equipped for it. So at this time, you may be afraid of the consequences, but because you've reached already a certain level of success in your life, there's a great opportunity for you coming up that you can take a risk on, and that you will be able to land on your feet. Don't be afraid to embark on something new at this time, Geminis, or to start a new phase in your life, a new beginning in your life, to reinvent yourselves and to add on to what you already have, and to be able to be open to discovering new skills, abilities, and talents that you have that you haven't even tapped the surface of. Okay? So Geminis, at this current time, you should be investing in yourselves when it comes to business and career and studies, because the more you invest in yourselves, the more opportunities and doors will open. Now, when it comes to love and romance, for those Geminis that are single to mingle, it's all about healing from the past and leaving the past behind. There's a lot of fear, confusion, consequences, being frozen in fear. A lot of you Geminis are denying yourselves new beginnings in business, career, and relationships because you're afraid to take chances because of all the losses, the sacrifices, the hurts that you have suffered in the past. There's a need to leave the past behind. That time is behind you now, and there's a need to live in the present moment and deal with your current situations, which are calling for you to take action. You've already spent enough time mourning, crying, grieving, in solitude. This is a time to come back into the world, to get back into action. Some of you need to take action in the home. Others of you need to take action in education. Others of you in business and career, where you may lose a job because you're being a bad employee by not improving yourselves. Okay? Some of you have been doing the minimum, or have been resting on your laurels, and there's a need here to gain new skills or to take on more responsibility where you currently are employed at. because that is the only thing that will propel you forward and take you up in the ranks, Geminis. Okay, you want to rise up in the ranks, you want to go up the ladder of success, then you're going to have to bring it. You're going to have to take action. You're going to have to take more responsibility. You're going to have to devote yourself to self-development, to investing in yourselves, investing in your education, investing in your health, mind, body, spirit. Okay, you got to work on yourselves so that you can move forward, because a lot of you are asking yourselves, why am I stuck? Why am I, in the same place with the same people doing the same thing? And there's a need to take action. Okay, you're there because you have been feeling safe. It's been comfortable. It's been giving security at this time, but you're growing bored. Okay, you're growing bored, you're getting anxious, you're getting nervous. There's a part of you that wants to start something new, but the other part of you, it's the angel and the devil on your shoulder talking to you. One is telling you you're ready, go forward, do this for yourself, work on you. There's so many good things coming for you if you just invest in yourselves. Give yourselves the gift and don't listen to your doubts, your fears, okay? Because some of you are feeding that beast, and the more you feed it, the longer you stay stuck. So it's important to feed your courageous side more than you feed the part that is scared, the part that is confused, the part that is frozen in time, or the part that has become too complacent, one that's resting on their laurels, one that's become lazy, one that has become too comfortable in their situation. This is the time, okay, that the universe is going to bring you change, whether you're ready for it or not. So your current reading is telling you, get ready, work on yourselves, because there's a lot of changes coming that are out of your control, and it's better to be prepared than to have it sprung on you and you haven't done any of the work on yourselves. And that's also in the area of love and romance. There's true love, new love coming your way for those single to mingle Geminis, but you're so stuck in the past, fearing that the past will be repeated, or you've become jaded, okay? Or you're becoming really picky in this area, and you're not opening yourselves up. You're not opening yourselves up because there's too much resentment, there's a lack of letting go, there's a lack of holding on or wishful thinking. The past is the past, and you don't want this past to come back, because if this past comes back, they're only going to cheat, they're only going to lie, they're only going to pretend that they're going to fulfill their promises to you when they're not. They're only there to take, to have a good time, okay? Looking for a good time, Charlie. And then when the party's over, they're out because they're already in another relationship, or they're married, or they just want to have open relationships or friends with benefits, or this person just hits it and quits it, okay? So there's an ex here that's very trifling, okay? They're a snake in the grass, and they hurt you very much, and they have made you fearful about jumping into a new relationship. But you gotta let that go, because that was a karmic lesson. That person was in your life. That particular ex was in your life so that you can learn to love yourselves. This reading keeps reminding Geminis that they have to love themselves, that they have to look out for themselves, that they have to invest in themselves, be there for themselves, show up for themselves, okay? Because certain lovers in your life are not going to stick around, and you don't want to put your happiness on them. Okay, your happiness shouldn't be dependent on them, because every time one leaves, they take your happiness away. Then you get stuck, okay, in confusion and fear, and you miss out opportunities on new friendships, new partnerships. So there's a need to leave this ex where they're at in the past. If they reappear, okay, it's bad news. It's bad news. They're up to the same old thing. For those single to mingle Geminis, it's important for you to focus on new loves and new friendships entering your life. It's important for you to take action on new connections and new friendships, because there is where you're going to find a romance of a lifetime, a friendship of a lifetime. Only when you allow yourselves to welcome in new people and allow yourselves to close the door to the exes. Okay? They're exes for a reason. You will receive an offer regarding money matters, Geminis. So there are opportunities to advance in business and career, and that's why you're being asked to prepare yourselves professionally and with your education, because there is going to be success in business in the future, and you're going to help someone very soon with a situation that they're having. Okay, so you're going to be the wise person that a friend is going to seek out to help them out in a certain situation. They trust your advice, they trust your wisdom, and they trust your judgment. So you're going to have a friend come to you with something personal, and you're going to be able to advise them well. When it comes to business and career, it's all about investing in yourselves, upgrading your skills, your talent, your ability, your resumes, okay? Because there will be opportunities for you to advance in another job, in another field, in another business. When it comes to love and relationships, new connections, it's where it's at. And if you're currently in relationships, then you have to work on your communication. And when you are in a long-term relationship, Geminis, you have arguments, you have fights, you have separation, but there's a need to forgive. And when you give someone a second chance, not to bring up the past, okay? For some of you, there has been arguments and fights because we keep bringing up a past situation. We haven't really settled something. We haven't really put a period on something from the past. And every time you get in an argument or a confrontation, the past keeps coming up, or you're arguing and getting into confrontations because somebody keeps bringing up something from the past. It's important that when we forgive each other, that we don't bring it up and we don't repeat those mistakes, and we work on the connection. That has been your current tea from Spirit and the Gen Star at Kettle Messages. We thank you for your support and for joining us for another year. Until we sip tea once again, stay well, stay blessed. Namaste and ciao.